Bring on the noise. We're back on petrol karts for tonight, Teamsport Leicester. Oscar's going out for the first practice session in kart 11. And with us tonight we've got Aloucious. Yeah, he's going out in kart number 8. This will be the first time the two boys have got the chance to race each other. Aloucious is a bit of a fan of ours, been following us through the YouTube page. And we first bumped into him up at Teamsport Warrington when we were up there to watch the national finals, national BIKC finals. So we've since bumped into him up Silverstone Club 100, and he's doing the super lightweights with us this season. So this should be a bit of good fun here between the two boys. Let's see how it goes. Hi all, and welcome to a change of scenery for our channel. This one's coming to you from Teamsport Leicester. We're here tonight for the members Heat Seeker event. And we're also here tonight to meet up with a friend from up north who's a local Teamsport Leeds racer. His name's Aloucious. We've met him a couple of times now. He's also racing with us in Club 100, and this will be our first time battling him out with him on a Teamsport track. It's also only our third time in 18 months in a Teamsport petrol kart. So Oscar's just having a couple of warm-up sessions now to sort of get himself warmed up, lubed up and ready for the main event that's to come next. So the main event, as I said, is Heat Seeker. I'm going to leave you now with the Teamsport staff to explain the format and what's coming up.
Hi, lovely stuff. Okay, moving on to the format tonight then. So we're going to start off with a 10-minute qualifying session. Then we're going to go into 3 15-minute sprint races, okay? The first race, that's going to be determined by the qualifying order. The second race will be the reverse grid of that qualifying order. And the third race will be completely random, okay? So we'll use the shuffle feature on the system. We might even pick one of you guys to press the shuffle so everyone knows it's better, yeah? Make sense? Lovely stuff. You'll get points for each of the 3 races. The person with the most points will be the winner of tonight. Lovely stuff. A couple of rules and stuff. Any contact where we're not getting direct advantage, so loading, stuff like that into corners. We show you the no contact board, if it keeps on happening, we've got the black and white warning flag. Like I say, it's just a warning, anything after that point will then lead to a penalty, okay? So, black and white warning flag, it's not a penalty, it's not a black flag, so don't come into the pit lane for that one. Just know anything after that point will lead to a penalty, okay? Penalty wise will be the black flag stop go penalty, so you'll be shown the black flag just as you're going under the bridge. You need to come into the pit lane, come to a stop, and then send you out, okay? When we're going for overtake, stuff like that, just make sure we're nice and fair, leaving each other room, 50% alongside. If we're not, we need to be backing off, letting those drive on the outside carry on, okay? If you make a move, you think it was harsh, if we make a move, think it was harsh, you can give the place back within 2 corners, and we won't dish out any penalty, okay? Likewise, if you're being overtaken, someone's got 50%, it's really important you're leaving room, okay? So at any point, if someone's got 50% alongside you, make sure we're leaving room, because once again, we're dishing out penalties for anyone forcing people into walls, getting advantage, stuff like that, okay? Yellow lights, if we do go yellow, it's really important we're slow right down, okay? Or else Shay's going to have a hissy fit, so make sure it's nice and slow, no gaining an advantage, okay? Because once again, anyone speeding, anyone gaining an advantage will be given out penalties, okay? So the black flag. Red lights, if we go red for whatever reason, there will be a couple of reasons. We'll restart the race with a single file rolling restart based on the last full pattern, okay? So what we'll do is we'll line you up single file down the start and finish straight, send you round. When we get to this back straight just here, we'll go green, okay? Just make sure we're nice and slow, bumper to bumper, no weaving when we're yellow. Make sense? Lovely stuff. We'll be doing blue flags, so if you see a blue flag, this marshal point just here again. So just go wide around this third hairpin, let them through down the inside, okay? Make sense? Any questions?
We had a good warm-up battle there with Yellow Helmet Guy, but he just about evaded us in the end. Let's go trackside now anyway, have a quick chat with Aloucious and Nathan, and then get straight into the main event.
My carts were faster than that. Mine were rapid than that. It's just too margins. Yeah, I know. They're a bit stinky, then, but I'd try. Yeah. You were stuck in that train, weren't you? Yeah, yeah, a bit annoying that.
Oh, was that one? A bit more bumpy, yeah? A few members of the public were getting in the way, weren't they, as well, which was affecting a lot of what was going on out there. Better race than the last one, though. You know what I mean? Bit more ready for tonight, yeah, ready for later. You finished P5 if that was a race, anyway. Bit down on you last time, 38, but you were battling the whole time, so I don't think you had a clean lap, did you, out there, of actual fast pace? No. Yeah. Obviously, that's just done on times. So, yeah, I'll get this on camera. 18 is shit, official. Remember, go on. Which other ones are bad? Which don't we want later?
16's not the best either.
16's not very good either. 16 and 18, we've got to dodge them. Oh, that's right. So when the video comes around from tonight, and Oscar's gone out and had 16 and 18, I can go, there you go, 16 and 18. Told you they're going to happen.
Yeah, but tonight's a different venue. We're an unknown quantity here, and they haven't saved the shit carts for us. Sorry, the beep carts for us.
We've got a hell of a lineup here tonight. We've also got the current track record holder here at Leicester. So God knows how Oscar's going to do. But it's a bit of fun. There's no pressure on him. Just go out there, enjoy it, give it everything you've got. But then this is going now into a 10-minute qualifier. So I won't be filming this session. Let's see how he does.
Now, the fleet of karts that they got here at Teamsport Leicester are the same fleet that we used to have at Birmingham until 18 months ago, and kart 7 was the one that we set the social member fastest ever lap time in. So let's hope it's still just as good for this qualifying session. So the first 2 laps, nice positive start. We finished P3 in each of them. Let's see if we can keep this up. frustrating thing about qualifying. You're not on the track on your own, and drivers like the one ahead now are a bit slower, will sometimes get in the way. This is going to cost Oscar this lap and the next lap, but there will be some clean ones still to come. So I'm just ahead now, waving my arms in the air, signalling to Oscar just to back off and create a bit more space. He needs a bit more time ahead of him if he's going to get some good fast laps in this session. Whoever that was, thank you for letting Oscar past, otherwise it was going to be a bit of a headache in this session for us. And isn't that typical? Just as we're going over the start-finish line, so it ruins the end of the last lap and the beginning of this one. But we'll keep moving, work with the driver ahead and see what we can do. And no improvement on that lap, a little tiny clip on the hairpin and also a bit of loss of traction on the turn towards the final bend. Put pay to that one. Let's see if we can get this one spot on. Yeah, it definitely seemed like a better lap that time, a lot smoother from Oscar, but again, traction issues on that final bend. It seems his kart's having a few issues turning left, which Oscar did mention afterwards. You can just see here, coming through this double left, Oscar's really struggling to keep it close to the tyre wall. And again, no improvement on that lap. This one's hard to watch, the kart just doesn't want to turn. Oh. And this time Oscar tries to keep it really tight and just clips the barrier, and that sends him out wide. He just can't get this corner right, not in this kart. Okay, so we're going to set Aloucious as our target to beat tonight, and he takes round 1, the qualification round, finishing P5, and we finish P8, smack bang in the middle of the pack. The difference between both boys is Aloucious is familiar with the petrol karts, racing at Teamsport Leeds. We're familiar with the electric karts, so Aloucious has got the advantage on us there completely. But this is our 3rd or 4th visit to Teamsport Leicester. This is Aloucious' first. So we've got the advantage of track knowledge, Aloucious has got the advantage of kart knowledge. And both boys are equally talented, so this is going to be a close one to see who comes out on top for the night. Place your bets. Are you on Team Oscar or Team Aloucious? So here we go then for sprint race 1, and we're given kart number 3 for what suspiciously feels like a night at Teamsport Birmingham. Let's get into this. So for only our 3rd event in 18 months in Teamsport Petrol Karts, we're starting the first race in P8. You've got Aloucious just ahead there in the yellow helmet in P5. We're hoping to have a break from the same old of Birmingham with bad kart selection. So let's get into this first race, and let's hope we can at least be competitive. That is Martin Cooper ahead of us to the left in the orange helmet. He's a heavyweight driver, and he had to dive us there because normally on this track, weight makes all the difference in petrol karts. Oscar being a super lightweight, him being a heavyweight, it's not really going to be a contest. So he took the opportunity there to get past Oscar early on. But throughout the remainder of this race, I want you to keep an eye on him. So remember the orange helmet and watch what happens. Yeah, you know the story, don't you? You already know what's happening. Oscar's been given a shite kart. But I will say it's only for this one session, so stick with us for the rest of the event because it definitely picks up. Martin's back, and remember, he's a heavyweight and we're a super lightweight, so we should be giving him absolute hell now throughout the remainder of his throughout the remainder of this session. Now watch a Teamsport Marshall just morph out of the darkness. I'm quite freaked out by this. There was quite a lengthy delay while we was upstairs. A cart had a crash and the cart and the driver had to be retired from the race. So we're now going to be doing a single file rolling restart. That's just Martin letting us know we haven't got the fastest kart in the fleet. Restart's brought us right back into it, but is there anything Oscar can do before they all sail off into the distance again? Well, there's nothing he can do now, is there? And I'm pointing the finger of blame right at you, Jacob Broadwell. You loaded into the guy behind Oscar, that forced Oscar wide, and it cost Oscar a place. So anybody out there who wants to get on top of Jacob Broadwell for this, here's his channel now on screen. Head over there, like all of his videos so that he knows that you're there. Harass and hound him in the comments and let him know that you don't mess with the Mallett. I think Galaxy Can't Kart was just giving the position back to Oscar then that he lost on the previous lap. Fair play to him. And that's Martin Cooper ahead. We already know we can't catch him. So it's looking like P8 now is the best we can finish. So best sit tight, defend, and try and hold on to what we've got. And we are now 12 laps later. Literally absolutely nothing happened up until this point now where a yellow light comes on. The driver behind us closed in slightly on the yellow light. I made a big deal of it trackside, and that's as much excitement that happened throughout the remainder of this race. Oscar just looked up to the sky there. I think he just wants to get off track now, get out this kart and start again.
Had a yellow half a lap ago, and the one behind Oscar has closed the gap. Don't think he's going to catch Oscar, but I'm going to record this last bit just in case.
So that's a disappointing start to the night. Not a disappointing position. We expected Oscar to be somewhere around mid-pack, considering he's got to get to grips with the petrol karts again. But just a disappointing start that we've came out and jumped straight into a completely off-the-pace kart. We can look back to the first practice session where we were 0.2 of a second ahead of Aloucious. In this one we finished 0.8 behind him, which is a swing of a full second. And losing a full second a lap over a 20-lap race puts you 20 seconds down. That's going to finish you mid-pack or even, possibly even further down the grid. But as I said, it's a solid start in terms of position, mid-pack. It's something that we can work on now and move forward. But Aloucious did beat us. He beat us again. He beat us in the quali. He's beat us in this one by 1 position. So we've got some work to do now to try and catch back up. It's 2-0 to Aloucious. And we also look above Aloucious and you can see the heavyweight Martin Cooper. He finished almost 11 seconds ahead of Oscar. Completely dropped us. Let's hear from him now.
Finished 8th. Your time was down on all the other sessions. That a bad car? Awful, eh? Absolutely ridiculous. Yeah. Yeah, your times are down in that massively. You were hot lapping, so really bad car. Wouldn't turn left.
Oh, I was on 4.
It's just the same old. Stinker of a car.
Don't let me stay. Don't be disheartened by it. It is just like the averages of the cars play out, and I'll get a bad car at some point. So it's just.
Yeah, that was a bad one for the first race.
Yeah.
So
somebody's going to get it in the next one.
yeah.
It's just
We're used to this. You follow us on YouTube, you'll see.
Okay.
He's caught up the last couple of years racing now.
It's been unbelievable. Nice.
Say it's a Daytona series last
Sweet.
year.
It's a national.
We turned up there to watch. You weren't racing.
Okay.
We went up there to Warrington.
Wait.
Yeah, we went there to watch. So we spent the weekend up there watching the juniors and seniors. Yeah.
It was a bit of
Wow.
but interesting.
Yeah, you don't see so much when you're there trackside. It's more when you watch it back on YouTube. You see, the on-track action, what's actually happened. So, everybody was slaughtering Jay Canders. Watch on YouTube, watch his perspective. Yeah, that's when we went there and watched them race on the morning of the seniors, remember the boy came in shape and he's unloading the local and races in Glasgow. He was out in the practice, he went out, seen it, tested. What we done, we stopped up at McDonald's on the morning, Sunday morning, and loaded up the app, and they were doing all the kart testing. It was all about the lifetime. It was a screenshot. It's a bit the worst car, about 24 that they're testing at that point. When we got there, there was a championship, so that car, number 1 off the place. Then it just destroyed his name. Or if the same car went Benjamin Hamilton and Jane, just need screw them.
They need to rotate parts.
Yeah, so from here on it just becomes inaudible and the captions aren't working properly on the screen either. So I'm just going to talk over it and just quickly explain that we were talking about the BIKC National Finals, how the parity essentially of the kart dictated the way that went back in November. We seen a kart on the morning of the senior finals, which was on the Sunday morning. On the live timing app, when we were on our way to Teamsport on the morning, we stopped off from McDonald's. I just logged into the app, not thinking much of it. And at the time, there were 24 karts, I believe it was 24, that had been tested. And bottom of that pack, the slowest one on the app, sitting in 24th position, 1.2 seconds off the kart in 23rd, was kart 20. It was miles off the pace. That kart definitely shouldn't have been included in the finals. But we got to the track and our friend Jamie Sheeman was out on track doing his qualifier, I believe it was, and he was in that kart. I knew as soon as he went past us under the bridge, I thought, oh my God, he's got no chance in that kart. And so it proved. Now, when I got back home on the Sunday and got to watch the whole event play through again on YouTube, I realised that Jay Canders and Benjamin Hamilton on the Saturday had also had that same kart. So call it a coincidence, the 3 people that we were there to support all got the worst kart, or what we believe anyway was by far the worst kart of the fleet. And it ruined the championships for all 3 of them. And in their own rights, you could say all 3 of them were favourites, at least for a top 3 podium. So anyway, I just want to thank Martin here for coming over and for just, wanting to show some support for Oscar. He doesn't know Oscar, so he won't know that Oscar's more than familiar with crap karts. So, yeah, thanks for that, Martin. And before we do get into the sprint race 2, just have a quick look here and see what you think about what CapCut's saying, because CapCut is making it out that we've literally flew around the world. This is the problem I'm having with it. It's editing words, especially when the audio is not that clear, that we just didn't say. And I found this bit quite comical.
First 2 years, it's went down there. I was pushing, but by year 3, it's a bit.
Yeah. We've seen it at Birmingham. We've had 2 mechanics that are there. We left one, that's September, October time. And since then, those guys. Yeah.
Yeah, like, I mean, for example, I'm 110 kgs. Yeah. Guess your son is like less than 50.
I think he's coming in. What are you weigh? About 55?
Like, I shouldn't be able to go faster than him at all.
Have you caught up with him?
I took it.
Oh, you're the red helmet one?
Yeah.
Oh, you gapped him massively in the end, yeah.
Right then, race number 2 after an absolute shocking kart, of course. Let's hope that 105 kilo guy can't drop you. Right, kart number 8, go for it. Race number 2, Oscar starts in P9, right behind or alongside the guy in the orange helmet, who is Martin Cooper, who dropped him in the last race. Apparently kart 8 that he's got for this one is okay, so let's look for an improvement on the lap times at least, and hopefully the finishing position. Apparently this is the reverse grid, and I believe a reverse grid of the qualifying order.
Yeah, that's right. This is a reverse starting order based on the qualifying times. Oscar qualified in P8, which means of 16 drivers, he's starting sprint race 2 in P9. Behind us are the 7 fastest drivers of the night, including the track record holder. So Oscar's got to race a smart race here. He wants to catch up with the front runners, obviously, the slow ones ahead of him, but at the same time he's got to be strategic with the karts behind. So if he spends this race defending against the slightly faster karts behind him, that could slow him down and prevent him from taking over the ones ahead. So let's see if Oscar's got a good race strategy for this. Let's get into it. Yeah, we killed him. We absolutely murdered him. I think there was a bit of loading on the back of Oscar at the same time, but either way, we don't get penalised. We're up to P7. Let's keep going. up to P6 now, and already you can see what a difference a kart makes in a race. In the last race, it was dead boring, nothing happened. In this race, it's frantic, and we're moving up the grid. This is brilliant. So a lovely move around the outside there, sees Oscar up to P5, but meanwhile behind us, coming down the inside of the ramp there, moving into P7 now is Casper. I'm not even going to attempt to say his second name. He's the track record holder, and he's closing in on us fast. Oscar's got a decision to make now. It's futile trying to hold him off and defend. So we need to let him pass, try and work with him, and then try and catch up with the people ahead. And as you see there, Oscar's waved him through. And that is Deck, who Oscar's just let past. He, along with Casper and also Thomas Robotham, are the three fastest clear standout racers on this track tonight. So again, the same as with Casper, there is no point trying to hold these guys off. We've just got to let them go, try and work with them, try and move forwards with them, and try and regain them spaces that we've just give up from the slower drivers who are still leading the race. And now Casper is on the back of Jacob Broadwell, and Jacob's going to decide to go defensive over the next couple of laps. That's going to allow us to all tighten up on the back of Jacob and form a bit of a train. This is the reason why we decided not to defend against Casper and then Deck, because all it does is gives the karts behind you an opportunity to catch up on you. We want to move forward and attack the drivers near the front of the field. This being a reverse start grid of the qualifying order means the drivers that started ahead of us were all slower than us in qualification. So we need to work with the fastest drivers, move forward up the grid and regain the two positions that we've gave up off the slower drivers once we catch up with them, and one of them being Jacob. Disappointing couple of turns there as soon as dropped down from P6 to P8. But we're now racing with Aloucious ahead. We know we've got the pace on some of the karts ahead of us. We know he's quick as well. So let's see if we can work with him and regain some of the places we've just lost. Gentle love tap there from Martin behind us. He's just letting us know that he's there. A bit of frustration and disappointment ahead there for Jacob Broadwell. He's just lost 3 positions in the last couple of corners. Let's see if we can make that 4. A little bit of karma there for you, Jacob. Love tap off Martin ensures that we pass you on the same turn there that you cost us on in the first race. Have it. So it's now Galaxy Kart that's ahead of us, and we know we've got the pace on him. We're catching him pretty quickly. But can we pass him? He's solid on his defence. He's already proved that. So this isn't going to be easy, but we need to pass him quick because the race is ticking away. And we certainly don't want a P7 finish. That one was offered up on a plate. Oscar wasn't going to miss that chance, so he swooped in for the kill. We're now behind Alfie. Let's see if we can take P5 off him. So let's skip forward 2 laps now. Solid P5 performance here from Oscar. I think that was quite a good race, to be honest. The kart this time allowed him to compete, so it was pretty interesting. Here's the time sheet. Oscar's P5 at 37.1. He's not up in the fastest times, but then when you look behind him, everybody else is slower, so he's about where he deserves to be on lap time.
Not any better.
You can see why I'm having to isolate the voice track side. We're just not used to this much noise at Teamsport Birmingham in the electric karts. Let's hear that again.
Oh, good. Not any better.
Okay, so it wasn't that audible anyway, and CapCut auto captions couldn't pick it up, so let's move on to me now and see if we can understand what I said.
Alright, yeah, you finished P5, 37.1. It's in order of fast lap, really, but that Thomas Todge was quick earlier. Got a 35.9. No, really good stuff, mate. Really good. Especially as you had to let 1 or 2 of the faster ones past you. Track record holding it caught up with you so fast. He is absolutely rapid. No, you've done the right thing. Let him pass. Don't bother trying to defend slowing you both down. You've done exactly the right thing. That allowed you to catch up with more people and an overtake towards the end of the race. So, brilliant.
So yeah, we might be over 2 years now into Oscar's racing career, but we're learning all the time. And what I'm seeing here from the decisions that Oscar's made on track throughout this session is an excellent racecraft strategy, something that he's developed himself. I've not really been there to support him in terms of telling him what to do on track so much. I can point some things out that I can see from trackside, especially in Club 100, where race strategy is probably a lot more important than it is in team sport. But yeah, just to see how he's maturing on track, to see him making decisions like this. We're definitely improving constantly all the time. So definitely we think some big things to come. Hopefully soon there'll be some teams out there such as KRT, that might be interested in having us on board.
Right, say hi to Jacob. Go on then, mate. Smash it, okay?
So those who picked Team Aloucious, well done. So far, he's beat us in the qualifier, and then he's beat us in Sprint Race 1 and Sprint Race 2 by 1 position. So it's time now to see if we can get him back. One final chance. And we'll see where we stand for the night. It's all to do with the overall standings, not who wins the most races of the night. Let's do this.
Oscar, you got to beat Aloucious' time. You got to beat his time. Same kart, you got to beat him.
Yeah, that was just me setting down a small challenge for Oscar. Aloucious also had kart 5 in the last heat in Sprint Race 2, and he set a 36.829. So I'm just putting a challenge on there to see if Oscar can beat that and get his fastest lap of the night. Right then, for the final sprint race, which is sprint race number 3, it's a completely randomised grid starting order. And for once, we haven't pulled the short straw. We're not starting somewhere in the back third of the pack. We're starting in P6 of 16. Now, somewhere further down there, we can't see him coming out the pitch yet, is Aloucious. We don't know where he is, but this gives us a good opportunity to get some well-earned points on him, which means whoever's going to be victorious for the night hasn't been decided just yet.
Then they're all gridded up for the final race. Oscar starting P5. My camera's on 14%. Hopefully it will last out. Oscar's on the outside. side again, so let's see if he can hold position for the first few bends. Here we go.
I'm having a nightmare here with the video voiceovers. See, I can't say anything straight. Perico, I know you're paying. We've seen your short video about your voiceovers all going wrong. Anyway, what I was trying to say is Oscar's had an absolutely fantastic start to the final. Straight up from P6 to P4 on the first two bends. Well, one bend. And now he's behind Jacob. We can't allow Jacob to go fully defensive and hold us back for too long. We've got some of the fastest drivers obviously working the way through the pack behind us. So we need to move. We need to get away now and not let the front two escape. So let's attack Jacob. And that right behind us in the white helmet is Deck. Oscar's going to make a decision now. Does he let him past? You can see him. Or do we defend against him? Let's see what happens. We now need to be super aggressive with, I think it's Blake ahead. We've got a bit of a buffer behind us while Jacob holds off Deck. And it'd be nice to increase that buffer by getting past Blake and making a charge for P1. Unfortunately for Blake, he was nowhere near 50% at the time of contact. And that looks like quite a sore one. But we'll take it. We're up to P2. Thank you. Frustrating we couldn't pull that move off then on kart number 11 because he's slowing us down massively. See the shunt there that Oscar just gave him? I think he broke, to be honest, on that corner after down ramp. And this is about to cost us. Don't know what's happened now.
phone's just hit 5%. It's gone dark. I'm going to pause this till we get going again. Just for reference, we have an injured karter over there out of his kart. So kart number 15, that is, he's out. Hopefully he doesn't jump you now on the lights. Didn't you? Oh, my phone's going to die any moment. Try and get the restart to this. Let's put you back into your position as you were on the last lap before the accident happened. So you're P2 again.
And Oscar needs to try and hold on to P2 as well. Now he's just waved Casper through, and if he gives the position back to Casper, what's the best we're going to finish? P2. We can't finish any higher because Casper will be gone. You know, we're not fooling ourselves. So Oscar needs to hold firm here and attack P1 ahead and try and win this race. Okay, there's still about 12 minutes to go. You know, there's a long way to go. But if Oscar lets Casper back past, then the best he can finish is P2. As it is now, at least he has a chance of getting P1. So he's got to go for this.
Yeah, he said it was okay.
And this is where Casper's track knowledge comes into it. He knew exactly when that light was going to go green and catches Oscar sleeping. But Oscar did absolutely brilliant here to hang it round the outside and to defend his position.
Another injury here. This guy in the blue here is quite bad, I think. Looked like he hurt his neck. That's what the stoppage is for now, right after the restart that's just took place.
Yeah, that was quite a nasty one for the racer in blue. His head jolted back quite severely once he hit the barrier. Probably had a sore neck the next morning after this. This leads to a race restart. Now I've just seen Oscar again trying to give up the position to Casper. You know, it's a good trait that he's got, you know, that he'll offer the position up, but it's not going to get him anywhere at this stage of a race when you're in P2. It's not going to get you anywhere in life, to be honest. You know, I'm an older guy now and I understand how life is, and yeah, it's great to your credit that you can be nice to people, be kind, etc. But out on a racetrack, in a lot of situations in life, you have to put yourself first. So I'll have a word with Oscar about this. I want to see a bit more mental strength from him out on track. You know, positivity that he can take number one and to absolutely go for it regardless of the competition. So we've been regridded, we're back into P2 again. Of course, Casper tight on our bumper. I want to see Oscar try and hold him off, but I want to see Oscar also be positive and try and attack kart 11 ahead, try and go for that P1 position. We're not stupid, we know that holding Casper back is going to be nigh on impossible, but I just want to see that positivity from Oscar. I want to see him try and not just, you know, wave Casper past as if to say, you know, you're better than me, go ahead and I'll try and work with you. Oscar might think there's a lot to learn working from following Casper, but there's a lot to learn working, driving in front of him and trying to defend against him. So both ways round, both situations are good if Casper's in front or behind, but Oscar should try now, you know, to hold him off and attack kart 11 ahead for P1. Let's see what happens. Shit. Yeah, that really wasn't the start we wanted. As you can see, Oscar's covering the inside to make sure the same doesn't happen again. And the driver in front's just really late to react to the green light. Casper hangs it around the outside of us this time and just sails past the both of us with ease. That leaves the gap there for Deck to get into and puts us down to P4. But if we just watch this one more time from trackside, check out Casper's reaction speed. This is insane. Watch that light go green now and he's gone. That was like a tenth of a second and he was already pulling out, ready to go around Oscar and the guy ahead. Yeah, you're not beating him, not on this track. Maybe another 6 months plus experience for Oscar racing here weekly, you know, might give him a bit of hope. But yeah, that kid is an absolute beast on this track, unbeatable. Close call there, but we just about managed to seal the overtake of kart 11 without getting wiped out. But we've got Deck ahead of us now. Can we catch him? Is there anything at all we can do about this? Can we target P2, or should we just try and settle now for P3? You know my approach. I want Oscar to try and push forwards, and I believe that he's got the pace to keep up at least with Deck. And as you can see from this first lap, Deck's not really getting away, so might be some hope yet. Yeah, you can see clearly from Deck's reaction ahead that this kart that he's got, kart number 1, is a load of cack. So we need to capitalise on this and fast while we've got this chance. P2 is up for grabs. We're just coming around now to start the last lap, and we're in a difficult situation here. We want P2, but for that we've got to risk P4. Let's see what Oscar can do. And you got to give credit where it's due. That was an absolutely fantastic defensive job there from Deck in a kart that was clearly miles off the pace. We finished P3 then in this one, so a brilliant finish for the final heat. We're going to be moving on now, finding out the overall scores for the night. But first, let's just check up on the fastest lap time that we had in this session, considering this is the same kart that Aloucious had in the previous sprint race 2. Did we beat him? 37.8. The answer is no. Sorry, 36.8. The answer is no. We got a 37.0. But we've got a good excuse locked and loaded. There was not a single lap in that race that Oscar could follow the racing line and hot lap. So we didn't really get to see what he could do in his kart in the end. But it was an absolutely fantastic race nonetheless. So let's get into the pits now, have a listen to what we said, and then we'll get onto the overall scores for who's won the night, who's finished where.
Photo of the timing sheet out there. My phone died. I just filmed some on yours. I had to put a little bit in the recycling bin, so I started filming and then it went straight back to stop racing again. Nice one. Just to show you.
Good overtake on me, lads. On that downstairs. I got hit and then I spun slightly and you just bombed me straight into turn 1.
What one that was? I don't know what the times are though, with my phone dead, so I can't check the app. Where is the pilot? Times on your phone or anything for the app?
Yeah.
Can you get a shot of that? Because my phone died, it's got the app on it. Oscar's phone's run out of memory, so I couldn't film anymore. Managed to get a photograph of the screen in there, but it doesn't tell you the times, so... oops. I'll just turn it around. That's what did it get? A 37.0 was the fastest time of the night for you then?
Yeah, that were messy, that was, and the tyres are getting colder as well. They're all stopping.
Yeah, so it was affecting the overall pace. You have to sit in the car park for 5 minutes while it gets a couple of cents on it.
Shooting it to me.
I don't care because I'm the one who edits it. And I can delete.
I can delete it, but that's exactly where we stopped recording, so I don't need to. Okay then, big drum roll. Here it comes. Who is the overall winner for the night? We got him. Okay, I'll be honest, in truth, there was no competition between the two boys. This was just a bit of fun for me during the edit. But we travelled up to Leicester to meet Aloucious. He's, as I said at the start, he came down from Leeds. And having got to know him a little bit over the last few months, we decided that it's definitely worth the hour and a half each way trip. You know, to get some track time in with him. He's proved a brilliant talent, so we hope to race him again. We know we'll be racing in the Club 100 Junior Super Lightweights, so we look forward to more of that. But for now, another 30 hours plus easily in the bag, you know, for editing this video. So I just want to thank anybody that's managed to get this far. Hopefully somebody has. Hopefully I'm not just talking to myself. And we'll move on now and put this one behind me. Next up is the Wilton Mill, which was the North Round 2 of the Junior Super Lightweight Club 100 Championships. That's another 30 hours of work to come, so give me about 2 weeks, that one will be live. Then I've got the Grid Series Round 4 from Birmingham Teamsport to work on. Again, many hours, but I'll try and limit that one a bit.
I got hit and then I spun slightly and he just bombed me straight into turn 1.
And then after that, we'll have already been to Shennington, which is coming up in a couple of days' time, this coming Sunday. We'll have also done Rissington, which is next week, so I've got a lot of work piling up on me. I'll try and take some shortcuts as and where I can, but you know what I'm like, I love the detail. So again, cheers for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, share it with your friends, share it with your school colleague, share it to your nan. Yeah, just please help us get these videos out there and help us grow as much as we possibly can. Thanks for your time, and we'll see you on the next one.